I think every project that we look at, it's critical to have the right mix of uses, and it's not just apartment, and whether it's commercial, retail. I think you have to look at how they all come together and whether they fit. It's not just jamming a bunch of uses together. It's making sure that it's right for the viability of the project and right for the programming of the project to make sure that the uses you're putting in will commingle effectively. We're working on a project at Yonge and Gerrard, which we've applied for zoning for that project, and that'll incorporate retail uses, commercial office uses, and residential uses. And in that particular case, the residential uses, we've tried to select the suite mix to create a bunch of different options, including what we're referring to as the sky towns, which will create the idea of a townhouse in the sky. Get a little bit of a green lawn, two-level unit in the sky that would be hopefully a unique product offering that might interest people. And again, in developing that plan, we're trying to be very conscious of how those will fit together, where people will circulate, how access will be gained to those. Are they independent building lobbies? Are they combined? How do you put all that together? And so, again, not just jamming everything together, but making sure it works and working so that each individual component is a self-sustaining functioning unit within the greater whole. We chatted about it in the Aura project that we did with Canderel, where there was a retail condominium in the concourse, 3 levels of retail above grade, and then the residential tower, which has 2 condominium units. And what we talked about on the panel was that it's critical in that environment to make sure that your reciprocal agreements, your cost-sharing facility agreements are buttoned down really tightly. You'll have different groups with different interests, some less sophisticated, some more sophisticated, and you need to make sure that those groups have a template of how they're going to function to avoid conflict down the road. And in dividing those, you also have to be careful of whether you're losing control of your project or not, and what type of uses will be in those condominiumized, whether it's a retail or an office component, how those uses will then be managed in the future and how it will impact the greater project.